You never know what you will find, shaping a world that's in your mind. See for yourself.
What's up, people? This is Dan, and welcome to my brand new Minecraft world. As with all Minecraft Let's Plays, I'm starting afresh. And if you've never played Minecraft, you are lost in a pit. No, I'm kidding. So I guess you should know a little bit about this place. Minecraft is a brand new game. I think it's about a year old. It's not even released yet. It's still in beta when I got it, and it is loads of fun. And if you think it looks cheesy, just know that what it lacks in grandeur and beauty, it actually gains in gameplay. This is one of the few games that people can actually be addicted to for hours, and it has no violence. I mean, I guess if you call zombies and skeletons violence, I guess, but really, there's not a whole lot. I mean, there's no blood, there's none of that junk, and it's a clean game. The whole family can enjoy it, and in fact, I actually I want to have kids just for that. I'm kind of kidding, and I'm kind of serious at the same time. But as you see, I'm just kind of wandering around, checking this place out. You kind of want to... Whoa! Okay. That was close. That was almost my death. What you kind of want to remember is where you spawned. I spawned right on that little mound right over there. But kind of remember that is, because if you ever die, that's where you appear. Now, yeah, there is death in this game, because... Oh! Come on! I thought I was holding down the button. Okay. Let me just change that. Controls... Sneak is shift, not control. It is normally shift, but I changed it to control, and then I went and played it on Mac, and it was messing everything up, so I switched it back to shift. Alright, so I'm just kind of taking a quick look around, see what we've got around this little sand pillar. There's a cactus, don't touch those. Little cows. Now, everything is blocky. You see the cows are just squares. Everything is because everything has very low texture resolution. And push the pig under the cactus. He's getting hurt by the cactus. Anyway, did he hurt himself? Oh, stupid pig. And the animals in this... Oh, is that... Okay, good. So I guess I should tell you what I should probably do. It doesn't seem like there's a goal, and there really isn't. I guess the goal is whatever you decide. The game, you can build, you can dig, there's so much you can do. But I guess the main... Hang on, I'm going to see if I can get rid of fog here. I guess that fog in the distance is always going to be there, but, you know, regardless, you kind of want to survive, and, you know, the question is, what are you surviving from? Well, monsters, skeletons, zombies, creepers, and spiders. Those are the current monsters in the game, and there might be more later on. And each one has different, I guess you could say, abilities, and monsters, you don't see any monsters here. That's because they only spawn in the dark. So when it's nighttime, this whole place will be creeping with monsters. And if there's like a dark cave or a dark room in your house, they can appear in there, and they have before. So it's a good idea to keep things lit up. So anywhere there's darkness, even if it's in the middle of the day and you build a little shack with no light in, monsters can appear in there. So it's a good idea to keep things lit up. And to keep things lit up, you want to use torches. And torches made with coal. And we need to find coal, and as we were walking around, I've kind of spotted a few places. There's a lot of coal right there, and that's the first stuff we're going to harvest. There's a little bit right over there, and there's some over in that direction. In order to get the coal, we need to mine it using a pickaxe, and to start with that, we need to get wood. And don't worry about this tree falling on us, because that's kind of the beauty of Minecraft. Things will float. See that? Nothing. Just a suspended tree. So I'm just going to punch the wood until I get it, and every time I break it, a little piece of wood will fall away, and if I pick up that piece, I get wood. So I'm just going to gather some trees here, and what I can do, I can use these trees to make a pickaxe, and like I said, I'll use the pickaxe to get coal, and then I'll also take a shovel and try to dig myself out a little hole. I don't really want to build a house with wood and stuff. I want to just dig into the side. Since I've already kind of wasted half my day just trying to talk about the game. See, the sun, it is almost directly above me. And once it's directly above you, it will start to go down. And when it starts to go down, when it actually sets, and you're not protected, you're going to be in deep trouble. Yeah, so don't... Yeah, you we're trying to get some protection here. And you can usually survive a couple seconds outside, but it all depends. You know, it all depends. Not like the diapers or anything. Alright, so I've got 15 wood, and if you look down here, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a little scroll bar. I'm kind of scrolling along. I'll use my scroll wheel my mouse wheel to do that. And any object I have selected, I will use. See this thing here? That's my hand. Yeah. In case you're wondering what that ugly thing was, that's my hand. And right now, this is wood that I'm holding. And I'm going to craft. I have to make myself a pickaxe. Now, to do that, I'm going to press my inventory button, which is Alt E, and time slows down when your inventory. It doesn't stop. Just remember that. It doesn't stop, but it slows down. So you have a little bit, see the clouds are moving a lot slower, but they're still moving, so we still got to hurry. Now we can't really do anything with this wood. I mean, we can't. I should show you around here first. This is the hotbar. So anything you put in here, if you look down at the bottom of the screen right here, it is. So, yeah. So this is your hotbar. You put things like tools, torches, swords, bows and arrows, whatever you have, put it in there to use immediately. And then up here is like your backpack where you store stuff. It's always on you. Right up here is a little crafting square, and this is what you would make. Now, first thing off, with this wood, you put it in one block, and for every one piece of wood, you can make 4 planks. That. Wood is useless except for decoration if you want to make a fancy house. So if you're in for practicality, which we are right now, we're just going to turn it all into planks. There. See, now we have 60 planks. Now we're going to take these 60 planks. Now we can use these for tons of things. I'm going to turn them into a crafting table. That's how I make a crafting table. I'm going to put the crafting table here in my hotbar. Next we're going to make some sticks. I'm going to put 4. Yep. So for every, you see it's like the shape of a stick. You can't make a stick like that, and you can't make a stick like that. You have to make a stick like that. Okay? And for every 2 blocks on top of each other, you make 4 sticks. So that made 16 sticks. Okay. Now I'm going to place my crafting table down. The sun is going down. We have got to hurry. I'm going to right-click, place it down. Now I right-click it again, and see now I have a much larger crafting area over here. And this allows us to make a pickaxe. Now notice what pattern I'm doing this in. It looks like a pickaxe. Sticks for handles, and that for the head. That's how it works. I'm going to hold off on making other things for now. And I'm going to take my workbench with me, so I'm just going to beat it down until you see it. It's going to break. There, it broke. Now I can pick it up, got it again. No problem. Now it's important to use the right tool for picking things up. If I could, in theory, I could come over and start punching this coal until it gave me any, but I would get no coal from it. The block would disappear, and I'd be 1 less coal. But if you use a pickaxe, any type, you will get the coal. So I'm just going to dig it out, and I just picked up a piece of coal. See here? I got a piece of coal, and some people think it's poop, but it is coal. Blech. There is a drop button if you want to drop stuff. So I'm just going to dig. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of coal. It looks like there's only 6 pieces. But that's okay, because really, each piece of coal and 1 stick, with 1 piece of coal and 1 stick, you can make 4 torches. And 4 torches is more than plenty to light up a small room. You don't need to go too overboard. Now when you get deep into a cave, I've heard that you need to have a bit more than that. But oh look, there's a bit more coal in here. Now, here's something I should point out. You want to be very careful around sand. Sand, when there's nothing below it, will fall. The only exception being when the world is newly generated, then it will oftentimes just hover. But that's just because the world's newly generated, and it can't just drop. And, if there's enough coal in here, this could just be my first house, but I'm not too comfortable with that. But wow, man, there's a ton of coal. And I could stop here, but I want to get this coal. It's crazy. There's a lot of coal in here. And it looks like we're approaching the... Oh, man, just when I say we're about at the end, there's more coal. Dig. And, you know what? We're digging a nice hole in here. If it gets too much, we might have to just spend the night in here. Because we made a nice little opening. See, any opening, okay, see the sun, nice and big, and it's setting, and I don't want to be out in the open, but I don't want to be next to water either, because then it's a pain to get in and out of. So I'm just gonna see if I can whoa, okay, that's a chicken. See, in this game, you can hear footsteps, and anything makes a heavy footstep. So, with chicken, really anything will make a heavy footstep. So I'm just gonna try to find a good spot to build a house. There's a lot more coal over there, but I don't want to do that yet. Okay, sun setting. We're gonna have to make do. I don't want to be sitting in the dark, and I don't think you do either, because it's boring. Yeah, see, sun is setting. So I'm just gonna shack up in this little house, and actually, I'm gonna collect some sand. See, in the hot bar, I'm getting some sand now. See, there we go. Sand just dropped. And if you're under that, it will crush you and kill you, and you will die, and you will be very sad. So I'm just going to use sand here to make myself a little spot. Yeah, I need a little bit more. And we need to get inside quickly. There's another opening I've opened up. But it's cool. It's cool. We have a couple minutes. I'm pretty sure we will survive. Alright, so first things first, light. 27 coal, that's really good. I'm going to make one set of torches. That's all I'm going to make. I'm going to put one there and there. Now I have to cover this up so that we do not die. Cover up. And I'm going to use dirt. It's really easy to collect and really easy to tear apart. I'm going to put one there and there. I'm going to throw down my workbench. I'm going to make a door. A door is made by doing this. Just like that. And it's important that you put your door on the outside like that. See? Now, the reason why I did it like this, I went outside and did it, is because it's for safety reasons, and I'll probably just tell you about them later. But it's kind of important that you put the door on the outside. That way, basically monsters, they can kind of stand up right next to the door, and skeletons can actually shoot arrows, whoa, right through these little holes. So you gotta be very careful about that. I think we've got a cool little setup here, and I'm cool staying in here tonight. So what we can do is make this place a little more homey. I'm just going to dig around. See, the game is very open. I mean, there's so much you can do, and you're not really constrained. Like, you don't have to build a certain type of house to protect yourself. A floating chest here. You don't need a... Oh, wait, hang on. I need this... Okay, cool. I was just looking at the textures there, because I'm kind of have a side project going on. So, yeah, the game is very open. I mean, there's so much you can do. And if you've heard about Minecraft, then you kind of know how that... Oh! Yikes. Okay, I'm going to dig out some dirt. Put it right there. So we're not going to dig that way. Now, I don't know... we're kind of in a really cool spot. I mean, monsters don't spawn in water. They usually they spawn on dirt and sand and stone. But it looks to me as if either they don't know where we are, or we're just in such a good spot that they can't reach us. You know, they can't really reach us through the, you know, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, they're not spawning right in front of us, right in front of the door. They're not going to spawn out there because there's water. And they might be above us, way up there, or they might be, you know, way on distant mountains. And if we look out, we can probably see one when walking around. I don't see any, I just see stars. But what I was, yeah, I mean, they probably don't know where we are, which is great. Now, they can't really beat down the door at all. Monsters don't beat down the door, and they don't, you know, they don't barge their way in. Just if you give them an opening. So if we didn't have a door there, they could come in. The doors aren't important. I mean, what we could do is we could just put a block right. They can't crawl through a one-by-one opening, so if we left this open, we'd be safe. But the thing is, skeletons can still shoot arrows through this opening, so you still want to keep it closed because of that. And having a bunch of openings in your house.
I put my axe right through that mark. At last I found me some diamonds. Oh, I'm so happy I could ride a pig.